Let's see how quick this really is. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a modified Ford Bronco, and this is my favorite modified Ford Bronco to date. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the Tim Daly Nissan here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this Bronco. They sell the new Nissans obviously, but also they have a ton of cool pre-owned inventory like this Bronco. So check out the inventory in the description down below. Very loud Hyundai just drove by. On a side note, if you guys want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get to the video. So under the hood we have a turbocharged 2.7 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. It's good for 330 horsepower and then 415 pound-feet of torque. Now fuel economy averaged out is 17 miles per gallon with a stock Wildtrak. This has 37, so it's probably going to be a little bit less. Now, since I've already reviewed a bunch of new Ford Broncos, I'm just going to go over the highlights on this particular vehicle. So first off, we're going to go over some stuff in the front end, but I want to show you guys the tire and wheel setup. We've got 17-inch wheels. These are the stock wheels, but we have 37s, and they're mud terrain tires. And man, do these things look cool. It gives it a little bit of negative offset too. It is just so beautiful. And this looks like it has about a 2-inch lift, roughly, as well. So if we take a few steps back, you can see the stance on it is just monstrous. This just towers over a stock Sasquatch. It is just absolutely crazy. Now, a stock Sasquatch has 11.5 inches of ground clearance. Between the lift and the tires, I'm guessing this is in the 13-inch range now, roughly, somewhere around that. I might be off by a little bit, okay? But I'm guessing around that range. Now, this one just has the regular bumper. This is actually built off of kind of like a base model Wildtrak, as you guys will see through the Walkaround. But notice, we have our Wildtrak Sasquatch. We've got the rock rails here. And then popping over to the rear, you can see parking sensors here in the back. We got the Bronco logo all blacked out. You can see the signature taillights. We still have the Bilstein position sensitive shocks, as you can see. And just like all Bronco models, independent front suspension. And then here in the rear, we have a solid rear axle. And then even the spare is also a 37. Look, I mean, that looks so cool. And obviously, I mean, the tailgate can handle it, right? It's still just as easy. I mean, this is so, like, look at this. Like one hand, barely, with a 37 on it. That is just so cool. It can handle so much. And hard top, as you guys can see as well. Now, this is something that I think is very interesting. I've never seen this interior before in a Bronco. I've seen the sand interior, but I haven't seen this, like, kind of like army-colored insert here on the cloth seats. I think it looks pretty, as you can see, pretty cool. Got the mirrors, blind spot monitoring. Yeah, look at that. With the print in the center. Super unique. The seats are manually adjustable. Got the grab handle, which helps out quite a bit because it is not easy getting in. And then you can see this one has the 12-inch display, which is kind of funny. Like, we've got this, you know, base interior, and then we have like a 12-inch display. Now, the Wildtrak does not have the stabilizer bar disconnect, but it does have front and rear lockers and the trail turn assist as well there at the top. And then all Broncos are the same gauge cluster as well. And then let's actually close this, and I want to see what camera system it has. So it's got the 360 camera system, because it's got the bird's eye view and everything. Yeah, this is a weird, let me press the camera button. It's still loading up. Anyways, while that loads up, got the window sticker here, which is pretty ripped up. Again, this isn't brand new, so. Okay, 2022 Bronco. So this is a 353A equipment group. And so that gives you the 12-inch touchscreen actually and 360 camera, cool. Then you can see the rest of the stuff that was added. So this originally was like $52,960 original MSRP, but obviously the Bronco market is a lot more, aggressive than that. And hard top auxiliary switches here at the top, just like all other Broncos. Again, this is just mostly about the driving. So again, if you want to see the most up-to-date price, check out Tim Daly Nissan's website in the description down below. I want to see how this thing drives the 37s in a lift. I am so exciting. I just realized I said I am so exciting. I am so excited. My brain's gone today. Talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, which you can do with blind spot monitoring, and throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. Oh, setting off in the Bronco with 37s. It's basically a Bronco Raptor, okay, people? Literally all you'd need to add is the Fox shocks that you can get with the Wildtrak, and it would be a Bronco Raptor, right? 37s, Wildtrak, all that. Anyways, that 2.7 can move these tires, that is for sure. Don't have that sluggish feel that you get with a Jeep Wrangler when you throw 37s on it. Obviously the 392 would be fine, but you know, a regular V6 Wrangler with 37s, they are not quick like this is. And we're actually gonna pop it into the sport mode to kind of prove our point here. This rides a lot better than I thought it would. I thought with the mud terrain tires, you can hear them, that's for sure. They're pretty noisy, but this is smooth. Like 37s are the new 35s. Super smooth ride quality. Yeah, and this engine just moves it. I'm so impressed. With the Sasquatch package, right, you do have a 4.7 axle ratio, which is not great for highway cruising, but is great for moving big tires and for off-road use, which is what the Bronco is all about, frankly. I really like how this drives. Now we're gonna go over some train tracks here. So that means that we should, haha, little Bronco, we're bigger than you. That means we should pop it into Baja mode to go over the train tracks here. Off-road use only. Nah, we're using it on-road. Don't worry, I own a Raptor, okay? I know what I'm doing, folks. I know it doesn't look like it all the time. I know what I'm doing. That's cool. I love how you can just switch the drive modes on the fly with the Bronco and just change everything. Like a Jeep Wrangler, you got to sit and go through a whole process with everything. Whereas this, it's like, yep, just twist a dial and it does it for you. Look at that Nissan Frontier. That thing was lifted for sure. That is for sure. But yeah, so far I like how it drives. I want to see, I'm interested to see, I haven't felt any sort of rubbing, but I haven't done full lock to lock. And go over the bump, it just takes it. Those Bilstein position sensitive shocks are so solid. I made a video on a Wildtrak a few days ago talking about how you should get the Fox shocks. I still definitely agree with that point that I made. And so you could, you know, this already has the lift and everything, you could switch out with the shocks to make it so that it is even better at damping. But you know, in stock format from a shock perspective, it still does a really good job. It's so quick for what it is. Like usually in big lifted off-roaders like this, you know, you're like, okay, it looks cool, but man, you give up so much drivability. But not with this Bronco. This was done right, that is for sure. Okay, so what I want to do here, well actually we'll just wait until I get to the parking lot to do the lock to lock, but let's see how quick this really is. I mean, it moves. Like, I just drove a Tesla Model 3 Performance before this, and this doesn't feel slow. So like that, I feel like that says a lot. Wind noise and tire noise, a bit louder. It's kind of like a Bronco thing though. So yeah, let's sum things up, and then I'll do a lock-to-lock turn to see if it rubs or anything like that. First off, this thing looks so good on the outside. Oh my goodness. This is Bronco porn, basically. Interior, you know, with this base interior, it's still very nice. I'm okay with this interior. I like the cloth seats and everything. And then from a driving perspective, it drives better than a stock Bronco, frankly. 37s do create a little bit more cushioning, right? Some people might say that it floats a little bit more. I could see that argument, but I like the cushioning. I like, you know, going over these little dips and everything, and you don't feel it at all. Like, I like that a lot. This is my favorite Bronco build. So I'm gonna do a lock-to-lock turn here quickly just to see. No rubbing. Holy smokes. Man, this thing is awesome. If I was gonna buy a regular Bronco, this is what I would do. Like I said, I might change out the shocks, but 37s, yeah, this is the route to go. If you want one that's already done, Tim Daly has one, but man, this impressed me a lot. That's gonna sum things up for our video with this Bronco Wildtrak with the 37s. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Tim Daly Nissan here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this Bronco. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I will see all of you in that next video.